Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Jag if you're new here. If not, welcome back. You're most welcome. On this channel, we're basically focusing on high school math content, grades 9 to 12. I also teach English, grades 9 to 12, along with science like chemistry, biology, and physics. So if there are any concepts and stuff you're not sure of and you have any questions, make sure you're DMing me and messaging below. We're going to focus on and continue on with our Math 10 content today. Last time we were talking about factoring trinomials, like simple trinomials, and today's class we're going to cover, or this video, will cover factoring complex trinomials. So with that, let's get started. All right, so here we are. So we're going to try maybe just a couple of examples. The first example just says factor, and the complex trinomial is 3p squared minus 2p minus 5. So how do you first know that this is a complex trinomial? Because there's a number that's in front of the p squared. Okay, so again, I'm going to write the product. Okay, so this time the product is going to be this first term, 3. I'm going to multiply it by the last term, which is negative 5. So the product of the two numbers I come up with has to be negative 15. Do you see that? However, the sum is still the middle term here, which is negative 2. Right? So, of course, I'm going to write down some factors of 15. 5 times 3 is 15, and 15 times 1 is 15. So, of course, we're going to be using 5 and 3. However, the sum has to be negative 2. Okay, so in this case, the bigger number, I'm going to make the 5 negative and the 3 positive. Okay? Because this is complex trinomials, we do have to show our work here. Okay? So I'm going to keep the first term the same. Okay? So 3p squared. Okay, then I'm going to write down my factors. So I said negative 5 and positive 3. Negative 5p plus 3p. And keep this last term the same, which is negative 5. Okay, so again, remember last class as well, or in the last video, when we were factoring even simple trinomials, we used the decomposition method. We're breaking down the negative 2 basically into its factors. Okay, and now we can group factor the terms. Okay, so from the first two terms, I see 3p squared minus 5p. I'm going to take out the p, right? Because that's the only common factor. 3 and 5 don't have a common factor. I'm left with 3p minus 5. So when you factor out the p, you can just subtract the p from each of the terms. I'm going to go to the next term here. I see 3p minus 5. Again, I don't see any common factors. We're going to take out 1. And I'm still left with 3p minus 5. When you get to this step, remember to double check inside the brackets. It should be a common factor, which is 3p minus 5. Okay, and on the outside of the brackets, I see p plus 1, and that's my second factor. Okay, so just like this. And also notice again, after I get my factors, I can just open up the brackets and FOIL it out. And I should basically end up with the original trinomial that I began with. All right, so let's try one more example. This complex trinomial says 2n squared plus 3n minus 9. Okay, so I'm going to write the product first. Take the first coefficient, leading coefficient is 2, times the last term, which is negative 9. So the product is negative 18. And the sum, when you're adding the numbers together, has to be positive 3. Okay, so I'm going to make like a line. And however your teacher does it is fine. Okay, but we're still going to write out some factors here. I'm going to do 2 times 9 is 18. I want factors of 18, right? 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 1 is 18. But the only way we can get like a sum of positive 3 is using 6 and 3. Because it has to be positive, okay, the bigger number, the 6, is going to be positive in this case. And I'm going to make the 3 negative. Do you see that? But again, let's do the decomposition method here. I'm going to keep the 2n squared the same. Then I'm going to use my factors, positive 6 and negative 3. Positive 6n minus 3n. And this last term stays the same, so negative 9. Okay, so again, whenever you group factor, there has to be 4 terms altogether. I'm going to group the first 2 and the last 2 terms together. Okay, so the first 2 terms, 2n squared plus 6n, take out a common factor. I can divide both the terms by 2, so let's take the 2 out. And I notice both of these first 2 terms have n. We're going to take out n, open up the brackets. This was n squared, so it's 2 minus 1. I'm left with n. 6n divided by 2n is positive 3. So whatever you're factoring out, actually, you can just like divide the numbers to get what's inside the brackets. Here I have negative 3n minus 9. So remember we said if the third term is negative, take the negative sign outside the brackets. And I see a common factor here is 3, negative 3. I'm going to open the bracket. I'm left with n. This is negative 3 divided by, or negative 9 divided by negative 3 is positive 3. Do you see that? So even if you're not sure about the sign, maybe just divide the numbers so you can see the signs. And I can see inside the brackets again, I do have a common factor, right, which is n plus 3. Again, if the factors inside the brackets are not the same, okay, then you're not factoring it correctly. Okay, you might have done something wrong, so just go back and check your answer. Outside the brackets, I see 2n minus 3. Okay, like this. And that's it. Okay, this is my factored form here, and I factored the complex trinomial. And remember also, if it's a complex trinomial, you can definitely guess and check like your answer, okay, at the same time. But if you're guessing and checking your answer, okay, I would actually have to use negative 9 as the product, like you can see here. Okay, why don't we try it for this one? So when you guess and check your answer, you're going to make 2 brackets. The first term is 2n squared, right? So I'm going to put 2n and n. Because when I fold it out, I see it makes 2n squared. And the last term, the product has to be negative 9, right? So I'm going to do 3 times 3, okay, is negative 9. Now basically, if you weren't sure about the signs, okay, so let's just make this positive and negative. I know one of the brackets has to be negative. That's the only way I can make negative 9 as a product. But then, like, let's open up the bracket so you can see. 2n times n, right? This is 2n squared. 2n times negative 3 is negative 6. 3 times n, positive 3n. Oh, sorry, forgot the n. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Okay, then you put these like terms together to have 2n squared, negative 6 plus 3, negative 3n, minus 9. Do you see that? Now, if you compare this to my original expression for the trinomial, they're not the same. Here, the 3 is negative, right? So I know that these signs are not correct. I can just switch the signs now. I'll do 2n minus 3 and n plus 3, right? And then again, if I open up the brackets, 2n times n, 2n squared, right? 2n times 3, this is positive 6n. Negative 3 times n is negative 3n. Okay, so negative 3n, then negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Okay, every time you fold it out, you're going to put the like terms together. So 2n squared, 6 minus 3, positive 3n minus 9, right? Do you see that? I'm going to compare this to the original trinomial expression, and they're basically the same. So we should put a check mark right here, okay? So I can see that this is the correct answer with the signs, right? But did you see that? We basically just kind of guessed and checked like the answer. if you're really good at foiling and mental math, okay, I can definitely just do mental math here, and I could have seen right away in my head that the signs are incorrect. Okay, if you're not really good at mental math, I would just do the decomposition method and group factor the terms together, because you could just see it just took us 3-4 minutes to do that. Okay, and we got the correct answer as well. All right. Alright, so that brings this video to an end, but thank you for watching, and hopefully you understand how to factor complex trinomials. Just slightly different, but I think if you use the decomposition method, just like we did for simple trinomials, you shouldn't have a problem. Again, like I said, if your mental math is really good, you can definitely also guess and check your answer. Depends on your teacher. If your teacher wants you to show like your work, I would definitely be doing the decomposition method. All right, and again, just like always, if you have any questions or concerns, put it in the comment section below. I will get back to you right away. And thank you for watching once again, and I will see everyone in the next video. Bye.